I think we're connected now. What you up to, Reptar? You may be hungry. Doesn't look like he's hungry, does it? Hey, Drew. Thanks for dropping by. I thought we'd have more lunching and less arguing about it, but apparently he thinks it's more entertaining this way to ignore the meal. Hey, Al SoCal. So we just fed him fresh romaine and freeze-dried crickets, and he's turned his back to the meal. He's come running for food the last several feedings, and this is what I get when I reload Streamlabs and try and do a video on my phone. Complete ignorance. He will not cooperate. Although I confess, when he came over and asked for food, I turned the phone on and it had 2%, so I had to charge it, and the charger wasn't plugged in. So we delayed this for a half hour. Now he's claiming complete ignorance that there's food here. What do you think, Reptar? Just gonna give the big tails down to us and ignore us? Oh, definitely. Well, it's not like it's live or anything. And people do have a lot more important things to worry about. Complete and utter uncooperation between you and I. What do you want? Me to tantalize you? Huh? Need some more stimuli? Maybe a couple more dead bugs? Just you and me, nobody will know that I overfed you by 4 mealworms. Oh, oh. Well, now. That seems to have changed his mind. Have a taste. Yeah, yeah, he's eating. That's his major event. Picking out the dessert first. Ignoring his vegetables. Sorry about the shaking. I had the camera all set up, but he ignored it, so I had to pick it up and try and get Streamlabs to run right. It's a little shaky. Reptar. Right now he's using his inside of his mouth to crush all that. Doesn't really chew. He crushes. Just stick that tongue on about an inch and a half to pull in food. But mostly he's a crusher. Ignore the greens. Yeah, they can exist entirely off of vegetation after they're an adult. And he does love his romaine. But who wouldn't prefer freeze-dried crickets and freeze-dried mealworms? Ooh, starting to shake quite a bit now. A blue-tongued skink, huh? I'll have to check that one out. He's a hand-me-down family pet. The grandkids handled him when he was a baby, so he is completely docile to people. I had a friend over the other day. You guys might know her, Spirit of Sky Blue, and she was holding him. He's real calm when you pick him up and hold him until your body warms his belly up. And then, like any other lizard, once they're warm, they're much more active. Well, look at that. The Canadians dropped by. Trollland is a very comfortable, beautiful summer day. Reptar's eating a little lunch, had some freeze-dried crickets and some mealworms, and topping it off with his vegetables. Oh, he found one more mealworm. Well, good to see you, Ben. Yeah, our weather broke. Yesterday was a beautiful 70-degree day. Today's a beautiful 70-degree day. You got to the 30s. I got into the 50s. I never closed my window in the bedroom, but I did shut the circulation through the house. Yum, yum, yum. Is that yummy, Reptar? For any of you that don't know, that little splash of black and white is the bathroom. They don't pee, so the white part is the liquid, just like in birds. Make sure if you guys aren't subbed to Also Cal, he does some great videos. Ben does some awesome scenery videos. He tried the rights thing, and he lives in an area that the law enforcement doesn't seem to care about the law enforcement, so it ended with the police being afraid of him so much that he had to be required to stay away from them. You can check that out in his videos. Yeah, he has been putting in quite a few videos. At this time, it's important at this time when everybody sees them too, because everybody's at home. We've had a lot of auditors that have gotten great actual video of the riots and all the nonsense that our government is pontificating that is peaceful. The Second and First Amendment peaceful protest in Michigan is a riot, but blowing up buildings and killing people, that's peaceful protest. The two sides of the coin that are out there right now, they aren't even the same currency. Well, he does now because my chat is monitored. You can find that out if you go into your Creator Studio and check in. I haven't done it for a while to see what other things are watching you. So we'll see a couple new videos, I assume, Ben. It took me my third audit. Everybody knew who I was in the police force. But I've switched vehicles, or I'm in the process in Michigan. It's almost impossible to legally switch from one vehicle to another. But if the insurance company insures it, I guess you're where you're at. I'm going to try it online to transfer the title. So they won't at least know my vehicle. Then we'll see if there's anything worth seeing. It's just hard for me to get out, and it's real hard to be intimidating to them when you're in a walker. I guess that's it for now, but I guarantee that he'll let that crush a little bit and slide down a little bit. He'll be back and he'll clean up at least 80% of what's left. That's not actually a lot by volume for this size of a lizard. Ben. Yeah, I know, we're so rogue, aren't we? I know, before I moved here, my front porch and side porch to my daughter's house that I had the basement apartment in faced the old government building and the storage building for the heavy equipment and stuff, plows. In the back of the building was where the police would hide. So there would be 2, 3, 4 cop cars there while I'm sitting on the porch smoking a joint. And this was before it was legal to recreationally smoke. I had a license, but I sat there and smoked in front of them every day. There was one occurrence up north where the state police found something in the vehicle that I had been in, and I called them and told them that, hey, I got a license. And they said, oh, everybody says that. I said, I'll fax it to you. And I asked for the weed back. They said after it's tested there won't be any left, because it was just roaches. And I usually don't leave much of a sample in the roach, so it was fun tooling around with a license and them being all angry about it. But it was funny, actually, when I got my medical license. It was like everything changed. I didn't carry weed in the street, I didn't drive high, just everything changed, because now I had something to lose, my license. It keeps him away from you. That's one way of looking at it, Ben. Yeah, my brother still smokes that way. He has a paper filter on the end of all his joints. I don't smoke joints anymore. It's really hard for me to roll with my fingers. And I've pretty much always been a pipe person, though I'm looking into replacing my bong. And I got a really nice triple air water filter when you include the ice, and I broke like 4 stems in it, and it's hard to find stems. That was the only glass part of it. Everything else is Lexan, and I would just, I'm not good with glass. Silicone just don't work for me. I don't know why. It just doesn't. A nice little metal pipe, something that you just can fill up and just smoke. Easy to clean. Put in a new filter. Little rubbing alcohol and a couple Q-tips, and it's clean as a whistle. Well, I was hanging out here to see if you were going to finish the meal, Reptar. And I was talking to Ben, so don't look at me like that. Yeah, I used the cheap roller that you pack it in and you put the paper in, but the papers we use are so thin they don't work in them. There's only 2 kinds of papers we used, and they're almost see-through. In fact, when he rolls a joint, you can see the pot through the paper. It's so thin, because the taste is really something that my family's a connoisseur about, and the paper destroys the taste. You want a new bong in a giveaway? That's awesome. Well, I like it had 2 water filters and the ice on top, and the flavor of the weed is, I mean, you just put in 2 hits at a time, and it's take a double hit, and the flavor is amazing. Especially since we grow our own, and for the phenons, we use liquefied kelp, and that's amazing what it does to the flavor and the odor. Well, we do all right. I don't get into as involved as I did because it's too far away for me to keep traveling, but the family maintains a little bit, you know, a little bit. Let's see what we can pull out of here. Stop by, Ben. I'll show you what we do. Ah. I tried vaping for a while. I figured until it filled my lungs so bad I was coughing black, and at the same time THC went into the vaping business, and I've tasted some of the vape for THC that pretty tasty. It's still it gags me a little bit. It's so strong. But the nice thing I like about the bong, it filters out the smoke. All you get is the vapor. Now my kids who are now into it, they love the edibles. And we're working on a chocolate candy with molds right now, the best we've come up with caramelized in an oil. We use coconut oil, and we make a peanut butter chocolate fudge, but it's more of a spoon fudge. It doesn't hold its shape in the room temperature. Yeah, we made some of that, and I really like the dabs. They're concentrated. They work real well when I'm really in a lot of pain and need to frickin' chill. Hey, Mama Gnome. Takes a long time for the gnomes to get in here because they take little steps. And then we had a little Reptar feeding, and now we're having a little discussion about the marijuana, I guess is what they call it. Just picking on your Mama Gnome. Tub of chocolate frosting, jar of peanut butter, and however much RSO you like. Well, we do it from a bubble hash bin, so you got to carbolize the bubble hash to actually release the THC when you eat it. And it's highest degree. I mean, you never get it all to digest. But if you caramelise it, it will be pretty much all of it. It's real close. We used to do it we used to just put bubble hash in a Weight Watchers cake recipe that consists of a chocolate cake and a can of pumpkin pie mix as the ingredients, and we would add the bubble hash to that, and it worked pretty good. But once we learned to caramelize it, it works better. Oh yeah, but when you make the RSO, right? But you got to do something to it to help your digestion to get the fullest effect. And like I said, I don't dabble in it. It's something that the family's doing that I don't live right next to anymore, so I'm out of the game almost completely, other than quality control. I'll tell you how it is. So you're just gonna sit there like a bump Reptar? Huh? You see, he was so active he pulled his suction cup off the wall, trying to escape. Well, he takes them long nails of his and they get under the edge of the cup and pop! Off it comes. Gummies, fudge, olive oil, and infused honey. Oh, I'd like to try the infused honey. That sounds good. Oh, what did my daughter have? Nerd ropes. When she was a kid, they came out with a nerd rope, and that was like her fantasy candy. And she found some nerd ropes that are 420 milligrams, and they're about 4 inches long, so you're supposed to just take a nibble, apparently. I hear about all that. She doesn't drop by and share. Alright, Ben. I know I've got you on the green or the white circle messenger. "10 days from harvest." Oh, a week, 10 days from harvest. Ah. Oh, we lost one. I know my brother called and said he lost one plant that was 8 feet high, bent across another 6 feet, and it was 2.5 inches thick at the base, and it broke. So there was a huge loss. All we've had since spring was the indoor. We really don't have any outdoor until harvest. Are you trying to escape, or did you come down to get another snack? Oh, I hear you. Trim jail's like... You sat there for hours, clip, 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 clip. And we never did. I mean, we got huge yields, but... Yeah, from when I got him, he's Full grown now. He was a skinny little adolescent that the kids fed whenever. Not as big as some homegrown ones are. And he's pretty much as big as they get in the wild. Are you waving? Are you waving to everyone? Want to say hi? Say hi. Wow. 14.445 ounce. Is that a comma in there? That must be a comma. Wow. We do about average yields for outside, but our indoor yield is really phenomenal per plant. I mean, unbelievable sometimes. And from charging with the unplugged battery, it's giving me the low battery signal. Yeah, we've beat that, Ben. With a plant that was only 5 foot tall. And what people don't realize that don't do it is it weighs a lot more when you harvest it than when you actually have it cured. And you get it down to the right moisture content, because that water is so much of the weight. But it's only because my brother's anal retentive, OCD, I mean, he runs a minimum light at 600 watts. Very little fertilizer. Mostly we do vitamin B and the right pH in the water and liquid kelp. Doesn't get as tight of buds as you get with a higher light source, but I don't care. You used to get those rock hard buds is because they compressed it when it was being packaged, not necessarily because the plant itself was that tight. But I've seen some weird plants come out of it, especially when we first started growing and just took seeds we had. Those were some messed up plants. Then we had Agent Orange, which always wanted to drop 1 or 2 male flowers. I mean, always. You had that so hermaphroditic. And then I went to the seeds from Europe, seed bank in Europe, and tried some different seeds. Like right now we're growing Blue Dream, which is a seed from California seed bank. Automated system. Reverse that. Yeah, okay. we do water with bubblers, and those root systems go crazy. And we use artificial soil, and then we grow outside in the garden. Yeah, Reptar, look at him. His stomach just drops down, but he's not overweight. I've checked, and it doesn't seem that he's fat. His skin isn't tight anywhere. I can't get him to drink much. If I put the bigger water tray down, he just crawls in it and takes a crap. So we quit doing that. Well, Reptar, the phone actually made it almost 40 minutes here. And I think you're done entertaining everybody. And I'm all talked out, so I appreciate you guys coming in. Reptar loves the entertainment factor. Don't look at me like that. You know you like it. You know, you can find ADA violations everywhere. The park here puts a notice on my front door giving me 72 hours notice to do something. Even though they have my email, they have both of my phone numbers. They just sneak up and put it on the door, and I don't open my door but twice a month. So, well, the odds that I would ever get one, it's clear ADA violation if you're disabled to not give you any other source but your front door with a notice. Alright, well, make sure you film it, because nobody believes it unless it's on film, and even then it's probably doctored. Good luck to everybody. Be safe. We're in this together. Sometimes that's the only route you got, Ben. You got to take them to court and hit them where it hurts in their pocketbook, or they'll never change. You guys have a good day.